Hi, so we are back with OKoye, who is a yoga instructor at Princeton IYCC. So tell us a little bit about what your classes do you teach.
Yes, I teach a class called Yoga for Everybody. I teach that twice a week here at our studios, and it's a class that's very inclusive. For a lot of people, yoga might seem intimidating, and so my very presence is welcoming, and I think that part of it is just by showing up. That's what we really teach in yoga, is just to show up on your mat and be who you are and get to know yourself. And so the Yoga for Everybody really brings that home to people. We spend more time mingling and finding out maybe how the postures work for each person versus just a whole class and they're following me. I might spend more time if I see a struggle here or there, or offer suggestions that are oftentimes overlooked in a more traditional, maybe beginners or advanced class. The other thing I do is really fun. It's called JourneyDance, and we offer that once a month right now here at the studio. It is a free-form conscious dance where we integrate music of all genres and drumming and a lot of authentic movement, embodiment work, and so, yeah, those are the classes that I teach.
So why don't you give us an example of what Yoga for Everyone class would be? What would you teach? What would you do?
Okay, so the very first thing we do is when we come in, like all classes here, we do start on the mat, and we do start in what we call the easy pose, just folding the legs, crossing the legs over. And what I find that has been very helpful is to, and I'm just going to guide you like I would at the class, I would say, do you guys need blocks? Do you want to feel really comfortable, really grounded in your seat? And just come to where you are right now. And I'd invite you to close your eyes for just a moment and just breathe into the body and just internally become more aware of your breath, the alignment of your spine, how you're seated, if you're comfortable. Where is the neck? Where is the head placed in alignment with the spine? And we'll just breathe here for a moment. And then slowly, keeping the eyes closed, just feel the right ear in alignment with the right shoulder. And slowly, just take that right ear over to that right shoulder. And we're going to just hang out here for just a moment. And just notice how that feels. And then try by taking that left hand out over to the side, touching the floor, touching the mat. And if that feels good, maybe you want to take that arm behind the body, folding the arm, placing it behind the body. And just notice the spine, where you are. And if you'd like, just reach out with that right hand and slowly tilt the head even further towards the right shoulder. And just breathe into the side of the neck. And feel the breath in the body. One more breath. And slowly release the hands back to the lap. Bring that head back to neutral position. Take a breath here. And then slowly we're going to do the other side. So notice the left ear, the left shoulder, and slowly just take that left ear to that left shoulder. Again, just really feel it in the body. And then feel if you want to take that right hand off to the side, or do you want to put it behind the back? Take a breath, notice. And then if you'd like, reach that left hand, bringing that head even further down towards that shoulder, the left shoulder. Just breathe into the side of the neck. Notice where you are. You can back off if you need to take it out. Maybe bringing that hand back to the lap. One more breath here. And then come back to center. Bring that neck back to neutral. And slowly open the eyes. just take that right hand behind the back, bring it as close as you can to the back side so that you're just having a gentle support. It's like a second spine. Using the core, using that ab, go ahead and take that left hand over to the right knee and slowly, slowly twist, looking over that right shoulder. And just breathe here. Feel the breath through the spine. And then bring it back to center. Everything comes back to center. Take a breath here. Feel the spine. And then take that left hand behind the back, bringing it really close to the body. And then move that right hand all the way over to the left knee. How are we doing? And just notice yourself. Notice how you feel. And then just twist even further, looking over that left shoulder. One more breath. And then come back to center. And just take a breath here. Feel how you are in your body right now. And then we're going to just move. So we might have to adjust ourselves and back up on our mat so we can all be here comfortably. And we're going to just open our legs into a wide angle. Both legs are coming out. So what we find here is that some people have, maybe they're a little tight, so they want to bring the knees up. So I'd invite you to, if you need to stay on the bolster, go ahead and do so, or experiment with coming down off the bolster. And if it feels a little awkward, you might want to use the blocks to put underneath the knees if it's too much of a stretch. So these are the kinds of things that I might offer my participants. Sometimes I'll have men that are brand new to yoga and their legs are up here. So they have, we see the differences in the body, so I might give them a different suggestion. We might come into the pose where we bring both of the feet together. And I might notice that people are having a hard time getting into this pose. So I'll invite them to come against the wall. So let's try that. Can we go against the wall for just a moment? So we'll get up. We're going to pretend that someone is having a hard time with that pose. So I'll say, let's go over to the wall. And we're going to just sit here together. And we're going to bring those feet, the bottoms of the feet together. And we're going to just press up against the wall. Really press up against the wall. Even try to flatten that neck. Flatten the spine against the wall. And when you feel, really grounded here and you've got it, go ahead and start pushing those legs, those knees down to the floor. And if you touch someone, just say hello. And then we're just going to hang out here and just breathe. Breathe into the spine. Breathe into the inner thighs and just notice. One more breath. And then we'll come out and we'll go back home to our mats. And so from here we'll just go back to that wide angle pose. So bring the legs out. We're going to just go ahead and reach up to the sky. Inhale. And then exhale down. So again, if you reach someone, just say hello. Just find your way. And just breathe. And just soften. And just notice if you're holding on to any place of the body. And just breathe there and let it go. Notice that the toes, where the toes are, try to point them up towards the ceiling. And then we're going to walk those hands all the way over to the right. And reach out with that inside hand. And then reach out underneath the body. Take that left hand, opening up the chest. Inhale, come up. And on the exhale, go ahead and take that hand all the way over, down towards the right. And just notice how that feels. One more breath here. And we're going to come and swing those hands like big clock towers all the way over to the other side. And reach. Notice the back. Make sure that that back is straight. And notice where the legs are, how the feet are pointed. We want those toes pointed up towards the ceiling. And just be with the pose. One more breath. And then we're going to take that right hand to that right leg and just come over the front and just breathe. And then come back up to center.
So can you describe journey dancing?
Sure, actually I can lead us through with some of that music. So we're gonna just come in where we would maybe 20, 30 minutes in. So we're gonna be on the floor already. We'll have stretched our bodies out, rolled our bodies out. We'll come into a tabletop position, coming on our knees and our hands. And we're just gonna let the music kind of lead us, rocking us back and forth. You can hear that drum beat. And then we're gonna take that right foot out to the side, and we're gonna lean into it. And you're just gonna explore, kind of get into that animal body of just moving, really noticing how the body wants to move. And then when you find a spot that you wanna just work on, you're just gonna hang out, lower, breathe. And just feel a stretch. And then we're gonna come over to the other side. So take that left foot out and just walk over to the leg. Move and explore. Really feel that sense of connection to the music. Connection to the rhythm in the body. And then just lower and soften. There's no wrong movement. All movement is what it is. You just notice. And then slowly we're gonna rise, making it very slow so that you can feel every sway, every beat, every movement into the body. And so I'm gonna get you up to the ground, up to standing, and then we're gonna switch and we're gonna go in a little bit more funky pattern. So we're gonna get up here. We're going to start exploring our bodies, walking around, moving the body in circular patterns, bigger patterns, really not minding what anyone is doing, just really getting that dance, your dance in the body. Who knew you guys were going to get down in the yoga studio, right? And so when you have your dance, your movement, you're just going to find somebody else. I'll come up to my son, and we'll just dance. And then we'll move, and we'll find someone else to dance with. And you guys have to move too. And you'll just let it go. And so we just really go back and forth between my dance and our dance, and we take it across the room. And we have a lot of good times, but we go back and forth between those. So that's a little bit of journey dance.